In this episode of Saturn Archives, we find out just how hardcore these 4x4s supplied by TNN Motorsports really are. The answer probably won't shock you. Well, this is the first thing you see, and I gotta say, it leaves a pretty good first impression. I mean, this is a cool picture, right? This game gets a lot of shit. Let's just say that out of the gate, but this is a cool cover that I think would deceive any child that was just browsing these on a shelf. Skipping the basic starting up your Saturn pages, we get to something really important. This is actually more important than you'd think to know because, as we'll see in the gameplay, because I played the game before reading this manual, which, let me say, was a mistake, and you'll find out why. But let's just get through this start menu. Start race, first option, pretty obvious. Selecting this puts you into the race, default single race, yada yada yada. Select race type, we got single race against 5 other trucks, 1 track at a time. Championship, 5 trucks on all 6 courses. Win all 6 on extreme level and get the hidden truck. Play another championship with the hidden truck for the fastest times. After each race, you can look at time trial. Up to 8 players can compete individually for fastest time. In case you want to subject your friends to this, which, I mean, you're not much of a friend if you do. I'm interested in knowing what this hidden truck is, but after playing it, I gotta say I'll probably never find out. If anyone knows, please let me know. Speaking of trucks, the next option is our 6 trucks. Fire Witch, good on pumice and hardened lava. Snow Spider, excellent traction and gearing for wintry conditions. Canyon Snake, handles well on rock and sand. Sand Blaster, best traction on sandy terrains. Shasta Cyclone, that was my personal favorite. All-around performance for multiple terrain environments. And the Tree Killer, great on pavement, pine needles, and roadkill. So edgy. Next up, of course, select your transmission. We know what auto is, we know what manual is, whatever. And then we got the different racetracks here. Dynamite Pass, multiple trains in a mountain setting. Ground Zero Gulch, there are lots of ruts and bumps in this Grand Canyon. Devil's Kitchen, kick up a dust storm as you race through blinding desert sands. Mercurial Forest, drive over pavement, mountain drains. Hades Highway, feel the scorching heat of the volcano. And the Arctic Inferno, slip and slide through snow-covered terrains. I can't imagine slipping and sliding any more than I already did, so that sounds pretty awful. Then you got your driver class. Of course, Novice, which is what I attempted to play. 3 laps, selected track damage minimum. Damage didn't really seem to be a thing. I was pretty much hitting everything all the time. Pro, you have 1 more lap and normal damage. And Extreme, an extra lap. That's 5 laps with maximum damage. I don't want to jump too far ahead, but when you see the gameplay of this, when you see me attempt to play this, you're gonna wonder how the hell someone could do an Extreme Championship and unlock that hidden truck. That blows my mind. Weather conditions. This was something I didn't know while I was playing the game. Of course, you got good, overcast, and severe. And severe isn't necessarily just the same thing on all tracks. We got rain, snow, sandstorm, and smoke. That all depends on which track you pick. I thought it was just rain on all of them, so that's kind of cool. I mean, there's got to be something cool about this game, right? And then day or night, pretty straightforward. It's either dark or it's not. There's a note here that, again, would have been good to know, and I really should be doing these manual sections before the gameplay sections, but it was a bit of an impromptu choice, so... Double tapping the accelerator, you can get an extra burst of speed for a limited time by using one of the 3 nitro power-ups. That's not something I knew. And admittedly, I don't think it would have helped anyways. Then an automatic transmission, you can have access to 3 gears. You can slow down if you want, switch to high gear. I guess you want slow for the corners and the uphill stuff. And then we got some driving tips. Maybe more useful knowledge that I should have had. Be careful, the trucks can get damaged by obstacles and other trucks. Well, yeah. Since these trucks are designed to emulate real-world driving, use your natural instincts at all times. Okay. Steep terrains, you want to switch to low gear, pick up speed, shift to higher gear, straightaways, high gear. Not a lot of straightaways that I encountered. If you need to turn to a corner, use the handbrake. I was hardly using the brake at all, to be honest. I really didn't care what I was doing. Multiple camera views, we did look into that. That was an interesting experience. Try different paths through the course. Some paths provide a faster, easier, more direct path than others, and you may shave valuable seconds off your time. I didn't notice any different paths when I did the 2 tracks that I did, but maybe the other tracks are a bit more complicated. That's pretty much it. There's no like blurb or story or anything. It just tells you how to play the game, and that really doesn't help. Let's get right into it. So this is a game that's apparently pretty bad. I think I've heard comments going so far as to say this is the ugliest game on the Saturn, that it is like the maybe worst running game on the Saturn. And I guess this will be the first racing game. My boy JF in chat asked earlier if I was any good at racing games, and I didn't respond. So I'm just going to respond, because yeah, pal's still here with, we'll see how good I am at TNN Motorsports Hardcore 4x4. Oh man, that rolls off the tongue really nicely. TNN Motorsports Hardcore 4x4, yeah. That feels good to say. Take a minute to say that out loud. And Falcon, it's funny you would suggest that we're going to watch porn together, because I've got a plan for you, my friend. Oh, commentary on? Yeah, me and the game are going to commentate on this. Oh, this is already very ugly. Look at this fucking menu. This looks like 90s Canadian television. Like, I think a bunch of goop is going to get poured on me if I don't win the race. Looking at this garbage. Ew, look at this menu. It doesn't even tell me what each thing is. Are these... What do these symbols mean? This is another one of those times when I didn't read the instruction manual before doing the gameplay, which of course on YouTube the instruction manual comes first. So I'm gonna open the manual right now and hopefully we can figure out what the fuck I'm looking at. Okay, the keys is start race. That's select race type. That's select truck. That one's select transmission, select racetrack. That one is select driver class. That one's select weather conditions. That one's load and save game. Now, when I'm looking at these symbols and seeing this text, that makes sense. But like, seriously? Look at this. It doesn't tell you right here on the game which is which. Alright, so I want to do like a little 3D model. That's cute. Let's just do a single race. See, like, imagine if I was going in order and I just went straight to fucking start race. Start race should be the last thing. So when you go in order, that's the last thing you do. Tree killer. Take that, liberals. Fire witch. That's pretty cool. That's the name of a cool creature in fucking what's that PlayStation 1 game called? Unholy War. What a fun game. Snow spider, canyon snake, sand blaster, Shasta cyclone. We all know what my favorite color is by now, so I'm really leaning towards this one. Not even looking at the stats. Fuck the stats. Give me the Shasta cyclone. I'll give you the fucking Shasta. Automatic. Hells yeah. I'll add a 3D model. Look at that. You gotta appreciate when they make little 3D models like this that they didn't have to. And, okay, choose... Look at this. They got little 3D model previews of the tracks. That's so neat. I gotta give this game a bit of credit. Hades Highway sounds pretty cool. Why don't we just start with the regular old Dynamite Pass? Oh, Pro. The text was backwards. I didn't know what I was looking at. Extreme. Now see, this is... Oh, I guess the text is up there at the top too. At first I didn't see that text. I was only looking at this 3D model. I'm like, well, that's not great. This one's nice and bright, so you know it's the one you want. Weather, daytime good, daytime overcast, daytime severe. Nighttime good, overcast, and severe. We don't have, I feel like the worse the weather, the more the game's gonna chug. So let's go with severe. I guess I'm ready. Anyways, I made the comment that it was funny. Falcon said we're going to watch porn together, and then I left that hang for too long. Oh, there's a resolution change. Gotta leave that fucking thing on screen. There is a game that I want to play soon that I cannot live stream because it's got titties in it. And I don't mean a lot of the games I do stream, like Saturn, Kagra, Onechambara, where the titties are never visible.
The run for the race starts here.
Oops, the volume is very high.
Who's gonna be king of the mountain?
I want to be king of the mountain. So there is a game that has actual nudity in it, and not like anime nudity or 3D gross model nudity. Oh my fucking lord, this feels terrible. But it's got, it's got nudity in it of actual Japanese women. So because of that, oh, why are you going the wrong way, you dumb derpy? And because of that, I won't be able to stream it on Twitch, and I'm gonna have to censor it before I put it on YouTube. But my boy Falcon, he's not just a friend of the channel, but a personal friend. I don't know where I'm going, so it's a good thing I have someone in front of me to follow. But I want to play that game with nudity with some online friends in a more personal chat where I cannot get my channel banned or anything. Because it seems like that'll be some real fun hoot and holler over it. Holy shit, though. Like, I can't really look away. Both because I want to stay focused on the race, and two, because it's like a car crash where you shouldn't look because people could be dead, but you can't look away because it's just human nature to want to see that violence and know what happened and the curiosity of it. It's kind of like that too. I don't want to look away from this horrible accident. Is this like the virtual highlight of racing games? Oh, I'm just backwards now. There was so much bumping and grinding going on that I turned myself right around. I want to describe this as the virtual highlight of racing games. What a bold thing. Has a bolder thing ever been said? Now I can't even fucking see where I'm going because the hill is so high. My car is at the top of the screen. Oh, and your truck controls like a beach ball. So if you're turning when you hit something, you just turn all the way around. Oh, I'm still on lap 1 of 3. This is torturous. I'm in 6th. Oh, that's lap 2 of 3. Only 2 more of these to go. There's no way I'm catching up with my friends. I've really fucked it. But hey, at least I look good doing it. Oh my god, there's like signs. I can't see what the signs say. Are the signs helpful if I was able to see them? I can't say for sure. Oh! Ah! Oh. It's like the feeling of this game. I mean, looking at it, I'm sure you can feel the jank a little bit, but like, this is somehow hurting me physically. Like, I feel like my body is tensing up looking at this. Like, whenever I start turning a bit too much towards a wall, my whole body tenses and it's creating a lot of muscle ache. So, when people said this game was ugly and was bad, that didn't quite fully give you the idea of how it was. This game is physically taxing. I believe I felt that way while I was doing the virtual highlight LP. I felt that the game was physically taxing. But after a while, that game just really started to have a certain charm. And people will shit on it all the time. And I don't fault them for that, but I found that after playing through all of Virtual Highlight, at about the halfway point, it was really starting to grow on me. To the point where I was actually enjoying playing it, and I just kind of liked it. Look at this! Look at what I'm doing here! Maybe the intense weather is also affecting the control. Now that I think about it, maybe the game is a bit more realistic than I thought. And the intense weather is causing it to... Can I stop? Can I just... Whew! Yeah, I'm sure. Alright, so quitting the race made me sit through all the little opening animations of like who made this and shit, and it wouldn't let me skip it. Almost as if they were proud. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut that out. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do things a little differently. Single race, yep. Definitely... Maybe I want more grip. It seemed that the pink one has the least amount of grip, and during that last race I felt like I really needed to get a grip. So let's go with something more, a little more. Yeah, everything's got pretty decent grip, except those last two. It's got good top speed, but I really don't feel like top speed was my ally that time. It looks like Snow Spider's pretty good all around. Let's pick a different track for the sake of looking at something else. Yeah, this one seems nice and colorful. And now let's change that to daytime good, so it's not so slippery. This loading screen is what they wish this game fucking looked like. Just like how I wish that stupid thing wouldn't show up every time there's a resolution change. Oh, yeah, that pan was not healthy.
Trucks man can build, and they're built to race the toughest terrain on the planet.
Go for it. Oh, I can't everyone crashed into that corner. I thought it was me being stupid. Oh, I forgot I could change the view. Oh, wow, look at this. I'm gonna subject us to this for just a little bit. Look at this. Can you believe this was okay? Someone looked at this and they're like, yeah, it's fine. That's alright. Yeah, just leave that in. I feel sick. How much of this can a person endure before they die? Oh. All right. Oh yeah. This has really helped. This cockpit is absolutely. This is a game changer. I feel way more comfortable. Oh yeah, a nice far back. That'll be nice. So I can't see. My truck won't cover the screen. I'm not doing much better. Well, actually, I'm keeping up with them. But oh, nope, not anymore, I'm not. Because I just got turned around by hitting a wall and turning at the same time. Now I'm hugging the wall a bit. Oh, turning around a lot. It's real narrow. Oh, this is on Novice, by the way, the easiest difficulty. Like, you know what? It's not that I'm not gonna say I'm bad at racing games. I've played a lot of racing games. I played a shit ton of Dirt 2 and Dirt 3 and Dirt Showdown. I played a lot of racing games on the PS3 recently because I don't mind some racing games. I'm pretty okay at them. There was a couple of racing games that were PlayStation Plus freebies, and I played them and I was okay. But like, this sucks. This is just miserable. No, I thought colorful would be nice, but this is eye-searing now. Should I take my glasses off? If I took my glasses off, would that help? Would blurring this into a nice smear or a nice slurry of pixels make it a lot better than all this sharp, jagged garbage stabbing my eyeballs? Molesting my retinas? Oh. This one seems to have... The frame rate seems to be a little bit better for this track. The control seems to be a little bit better now that the weather's nicer, and perhaps because I have one with more grip. Not at all sure... Oh, okay, got a little lost there for a second. This is a turn. There's no mini-map, which a lot of racing games will have, usually in the top right corner, just to let you know when a turn is coming up. Sega Rally, of course, a really good racing game that I'll get around to on my channel, because I mean, if this is getting an episode, I really gotta give some time to the actually good ones. Of course, it's got a rally driver dude that tells you when turns are coming up and stuff, and that's great. Like a real rally race. But like this one, this doesn't even have a mini map. Because I find that when I'm playing racing games, I spend a lot more time looking at the minimap than necessarily the rest of the game. Unless, of course, I'm coming... Like, I look at the minimap, oh, corners coming up, pay attention now. Or, you know, if there's a lot of cars around you, you gotta navigate the cars and try to deal with what they're doing. So you focus more on your surroundings then. But, like, if you've taken the lead, and the cars are enough distance behind you that you're like, yeah, I don't need to worry about them sneaking up on me. But even then, if the minimap has the other drivers' locations on it, it's good to know what's, oh, this is the eye-searing part that feels bad. Was I in first person during this last time? Maybe because I wasn't able to take in so much of my surroundings, it wasn't so nauseating. Although the movements were definitely nauseating. But yeah, so use the minimap a lot to see where the other cars are, when turns are coming up, and all that stuff, but this doesn't have that. It's just relying on what? What am I relying on? My own reflexes? No, probably not, because I can't really, you can hardly tell when a turn is coming up and what's wall and what isn't, for the most part. My interpretation? No, that doesn't work because everything's eye-searing and painful to look at. The draw distance seems to not be too much of an issue. That's probably because there's so few straightaways. If you've got long straightaways and the end of them can't be seen, it can be a little off-putting. But I feel like because you see so little ahead of you in this, the draw distance is never going to be an issue. I feel like we've probably... Well, I mean, there's tons of skybox up there, but I don't think we've seen much skybox in place of actual track. Because like I said, there's so many turns, and everything's so non-stop. There seems to be a bit there, but that was probably just a glitch. But of course you get what I mean. When you can't see too far ahead, then it can comfortably display all it needs to. And yes, I am determined to finish this race. While I drone on about racing games, and what might be one of the most unwatchable episodes of this fucking thing. What a mess today has been. Creature Shock kicked my ass after dying 3 times in the fucking first ship shooting part. The game wouldn't work. And Soviet Strike kicked my ass too. But I mean, I learned a lot about this, and this is also kicking my ass. But I don't feel like I'm learning or accomplishing or even enjoying anything about it. I think this episode is going to be over when this race is over. Even if that makes this a short episode. I don't know. I haven't been looking at the computer. I don't know how long this recording is or if anyone's talking in chat. But I'll look now. Race over. You came last. And then I just move forward.
Loser.
Loser. Yeah, I deserve that. I don't know why there's just laundry machines in the middle of the track, Falcon. I wish I could tell you. That was bad. Wow, I've only been playing this game for 20 minutes. Alright, this has been a very short episode of Saturn Archives. Because I think I'm actually getting a bit of a headache. My eyes are really sore after looking at that. What an unpleasant experience. It definitely lives up to its negative hype. Oh, I was only like 8 seconds behind the last guy. The second last guy, rather. Huh. So I guess I was just almost up their butt the whole time. That's it for this episode of Hardcore 4x4. I need to go purge. Thanks for watching. 1, 2, 1, 2. I want to say it's been my pleasure. That might